Now, how and why to declutter? You keep your place and your spaces decluttered because it will clean your mind, it will clear your mind, it will clean your heart, it will clear your heart, it will clean your physical body. And not only that, you can focus more, so it determines your attention, it determines your focus. So I have more time to focus on you guys, more time to focus on my self-care, my biohacking, to make, tons of money, to speak on spirituality, for retreats, for all this type of stuff. As I build more minimalism, I actually am more of a rich minimalist because of my minimalism. Okay, rich minimalism is getting to the point where you don't necessarily need to keep up with the Joneses or the Kardashians. You set a new standard for yourself. You set a new standard to where you are so high vibrational that you don't need stuff, you don't need clothes, you don't need things. The gym is where you are. You don't need a gym membership. The gym is where you are. Okay? There's so many different correlations with getting into connection with your true inner self, your true inner minimalist, because that is a maximalist energy. It's a maximalist energy. When you're in minimalism and you're content in your minimalism and you've reprogrammed your brain to where, oh, this is way greater. This is significantly more rich to be a minimalist, to be a rich minimalist. So it's ultimately the greatest thing, which is what I'm correlating, is rich minimalism digital nomad, which we're going to get into a little bit. But I want you guys to understand that it's literally soon. So I'll get into that probably in the next video. So stay tuned for that live. But I want you guys to see that how and why to declutter. You declutter because it leaves space open. There's so much more room for activities, so much more room for spiritual activities, so much more room for physical, mental, emotional activity, financial activity. So then when you are decluttered, you are more focused. You can pay attention to things significantly greater. You can pay attention to yourself significantly greater. You have more time. You're not always cleaning space. If there's so many things around you, you also have to dust all those things around you. But the more minimalist you are, it correlates. It correlates, okay? It transcends. And I would say even digital spaces. I built my digital space in about an hour or two. Okay, an hour or two of my time, built my digital space, and now everything's organized. Everything's organized. So I have multiple systems to tap and trade, tap to trade. So tap to trade Forex, tap to trade cryptocurrencies and commodities such as gold and silver. So I just boom, tap, and I make money. And then you set up systems to make more and more money. And that's just tap to trade and trade alerts. It's super easy. Then there's the inner correlation too, that I have my business. All of these videos that I'm recording right now is going to go onto my business. I'm going to section them and sector them and columnize them and all this other different types of things. Put them into rows, into columns, into sections, into modules, and all these things. And so then they're going to be all what? Situated and correlated. And now I'm never going to have to do that again. So there is an intercorrelation between your environmental aspect, your digital aspect, and your internal organizational aspect. I would say, don't be OCD, but, get to the point where you're, high-level OCD enough. That's it. So this is how and why to declutter. Me and my lady, we generally have, a small amount of OCD because it does help us. We realize that we're fitter, we're happy, we're healthier. We're wealthier. We connect more because our spaces digitally and environmentally are cleaned or more minimalist, so we can have more of a maximalist emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual lifestyle. Okay? And it's the same with decluttering. So it's also getting situated and scheduled. So decluttering is also being more organized too. So having less clutter, being more decluttered, is also implying that you can be more organized. So there's decluttering and clutter and all this type of stuff, or decluttering the clutter, and then there's actually organizing the organization. They're similar, okay, but they're different, because you can declutter and not be organized, because let's say you just eat whatever and you drink whatever, but to be more organized, I have a meal prep, I have a AM ritual, I have nutritional lifestyle, this is the way that I train, this is the way that I work. So they go hand in